I am really excited to make this video today. Now, growing up, I played a lot of games. Some of them were on my DS, some of them were on like the computer, but I really enjoyed playing games growing up. And a lot of them were really, really weird and obscure, but they hold a lot of nostalgia for me, and that's why I love them so much. Today's video is going to be about a handful of games that I played as a kid that were either really, really strange, or like I loved them so much and have so much nostalgia. I could make about 50 parts to this video because I played so many games when I was younger that I just have such strong, vivid memories with, and some of them were so strange I feel like I need to talk about them. So if you like this video and want a part 2, let me know. If you're interested in some weird shit that I played as a child, let me know. We're going to start off strong with a really, really weird game, and that is Toy Story 3 for the DS. The thing is with this game, I know a lot of people who played Toy Story 3, but they just played it on a different console. A lot of people I know played it on the PS3, and that version I think was a lot better. I've heard a lot of good stuff about that version because it's a lot more accurate to the film. Whereas the DS version is absolutely horrendous. Like, I love this game because I grew up with it, but if you handed this to me now, I would go, what is this pile of dog shit? Get it away from me. There are 3 options when you open the menu, and that is quick play, story mode, and playtime. I didn't really fuck with any of the other game modes other than story mode because, let's be real, I don't give a shit about anything else but the story. For the video though, I did go and play the other 2 modes. Quick play is basically just like a free play level select, kinda boring, don't really care. The levels aren't interesting enough for me to go and play them on my own free will. And playtime is like a tower defense mode. It's very, very weird. I don't know why this was part of the game. It makes absolutely no sense to the plot of the game or film, which it is based off, but they put it in anyway, and it's kind of fucking horrendous. So on the playtime mode, the only redeeming factor is that it has 5 different maps, because if it was just one, I think I'd lose my mind playing that on repeat. But as a child, if you've got 5 different maps, it makes it a bit more interesting. You've got Old West, Prehistoric, Farm, Bonnies, and Space. So at least it's kind of interesting. Now we're getting to the good bit, which is the story mode. I say good bit, the only interesting bit. I wouldn't call it good. Let's not go that far. Now, I'm making this video very educated on the game, but very uneducated on the film. I have not watched Toy Story 3 in years, so I'm kind of guessing on what is accurate and what is not, but we're just going to go for it. The game opens with Woody on a runaway train where you've got to control his jumps with the stylus, and it's kind of controlled horrendously and it doesn't really make any sense, but you just get on with it. His running looks stupid, the jumps look stupid. I don't know why this whole game looks horrendously animated. I don't know if it's because it's from the 2010s, but my god. Oh, it was hard. It was hard to get through. So you run along this train for a little bit, collecting little Pixar balls, which you collect for prizes. I never really understood what those prizes were. It never really told you. And you've got to stop him falling off like wooden logs and like oil tankers. It's very weird. And like you've got to stop him hitting his head on signposts. I don't really get it. I really don't. And then at the end, you've got to control the train and shut it down by like dragging your stylus across these little control panel things. It's so weird because I don't think any of that was in the film at all. I don't remember though, but I don't think it was. In the end, none of it matters because the train falls anyway, just like in the film. You're devastated, you're screaming, crying, throwing up because you think everyone on this train's just fallen to their death. But it's okay because this is accurate to the film and Buzz saves the day. My G. I'd say this is a pretty strong start to the game. I feel like strong start I'm using very loosely because that would then hint at the fact that the game is good. It is not. Do not get your hopes up. But at least it's accurate to the rest of the game. My initial plan was to basically play the entire game and commentate what happens level by level, but I thought no one would watch that, and also that would be really, really boring. You do have quite a few levels in this game though. You've got the daycare, Bonnie's house, Andy's room, the garbage dump, the garage, you know, iconic places. So at least that's something. At least there's a good amount of levels to choose between. I don't think I've even said this game is a platformer, by the way, in my mind. I don't know if everyone else would consider it that, but to me it is because the majority of the game you're running and jumping to collect stuff. So to me that's a platformer, and that's why I like it so much, I think. A lot of the game is cut out though, obviously, because you can't play through every scene in the game, otherwise you would be there forever. But what I find funny is when it needs to time skip, or like a significant amount of film time has passed, instead of just doing like a cutscene describing what's happened, it does some sort of PowerPoint slideshow looking thing, where it just flashes on screen what's happening. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I'll have to put it on screen because it is fucking hilarious. Like, just animate the cutscene. It wouldn't take long. I also quite like this game because it's quite short. It took me like 2 to 3 hours. I managed to finish it in one night. I was very tired by the end because I started at midnight for some reason. It was midnight and I went, I'm going to play Toy Story 3 for the DS now. Why did I do that? So I'm glad it was a short game because I probably would have lost my mind otherwise. My biggest thing about this game I don't like is the mini games. I'm calling them mini games because I wouldn't actually know what to call them, like subsections. I don't really know what to call them. but they are weird, and I'm going to explain why. So the first one you encounter is when you're grabbing the phone off Andy's bookshelf and Buzz has to fly from one bookshelf to the other to go collect it, and instead of just flying across, it ends up being this mini game where Buzz has to fly through rings for 5 minutes straight. You've got to like control him with the D-pad and the stylus. It makes absolutely no sense. It adds nothing to the game. I don't know if it's just to pad out game time, because without it, it would be like an hour-long game. But my god, is it boring, because everything moves so slowly. It's not hard. Obviously, it's a children's game. So it's so slow and easy, and it just drags. It is so boring, and you have to do this mini game like 3 or 4 more times, and I hate it every time. And then almost immediately after that, you have to do the playtime mode. I didn't realise that was in the main game until I played it again, but the playtime mode is actually in the main game, and they make you do it, and it is fucking horrendous, especially the first time. They make you do it about 5 or 6 times, I'm not kidding, but the first time is the worst. So they start you off by doing like a training basics thing, where they teach you how to do it, where you put the toys down and you shoot little toys. I don't really care for it, and they make you do 3 waves of that, and bearing in mind, these go slow. These are slow waves. Just for them to go, oh, you've done 3. Start again. It starts now. That was all a prank, actually. What? No, don't do that. Just start me from wave 3, please. I've already wasted like 5 minutes of my life. So, you do 5 waves of the main thing, and you think, oh, fair enough. Probably like near the end now. Probably like 1 more wave. Finish on 6 for the boss. No. There are 11 waves of this shit. The first time you play this game, it takes you 15 minutes to complete the first playtime bit. It is horrendously boring. You have no idea. Because you just sort of put the toys down and just wait for them all to be shot down, or wait to panic because nothing's working. Like, it just doesn't bring anything to the game in my mind. It doesn't progress the story. It just fills out time, and it's boring. Another minigame I completely forgot about until I played this game was like, picture horrendously controlled Mario Kart, but you're in a minecart going through caves and mines. It's very weird. You've got to control it with the D-pad, and it doesn't really listen to what you do, and you've got like avoid being hit by boulders. And I think the only reason I really like this game, or like liked it as a child, is because this is very, very niche. You're going to have to stay with me with this. But when we used to go to arcades on holiday when we were younger, me and my sister, there would be this arcade game where you would sit in these chairs and it would like blow air onto you, and you could pick like a race car or a minecart chase or like some other random shit, and it would simulate it by shaking the chairs and blowing hot air on you. I know that makes no sense. I will have to add what it is called. I think it's called Typhoon. I'm not sure. I'll add a picture. But it reminds me of that, and that's the only reason I like it still. But again, this mode drags so much. You just sat there trying to control this minecart, which will not listen to you, and it is horrendous. And I think personally one of the worst minigames in this whole game is this section with Woody, where you have to climb up what looks like a rock face with pickaxes, but things fall on your head, and like Dr. Evil Porkchop, or whatever the fuck his name is, shoots laser beams at you, but his hitbox makes no sense. It didn't hit me most of the time, but it would fucking act like it did and send me back to the beginning, and it already went on for long enough. The controls are already horrendous, but sending me back to the beginning 5 times, you're on thin fucking ice, Toy Story, alright? Oh, actually, I've just read what's next. I thought that minigame was bad, with the fucking pickaxes, but no. Do you know what is fucking horrendous? The minigame when you get to where Buzz turns evil, and then they make him act like he's got to defeat Zurg bots and capture the other toys like Rex and Slinky and Ham, and it goes on forever. There is like 7 levels of just shooting. And the thing is, this one's not easy boring, this one's hard boring, because it's like, oh, duck behind these rocks, you know? Hide, shoot your lasers. You can't. Every time you duck down, they don't shoot. When you come back up, they shoot you in the head, and it bores the shit out of me. When I was younger, I would like never ever make it past this point, because I would get so bored that I would just give up. I would give up at this point and then close the game off for 6 months. Then when I opened it again, restart, get to that point, shut it off. It is horrendous. And I'm pretty sure that's most of the unique stuff covered for this game. I wouldn't call it good. I would just call it interesting or unique. Like, the rest of the game is just pretty much chill platforming once you get out of the daycare. Once Buzz goes back to being normal, he's not Spanish or evil anymore. And to this day, watching that goddamn fruity fucking bear not press that goddamn stop button when they're on that fucking conveyor belt fills me with an indescribable rage. I hate Lotso. If Lotso has no haters, I am dead. I am dead! I know I seem like a hater for this game. I promise I did actually like it. Like, growing up, I loved this game. Apart from the Zerg bit, but that's fine. I just seem like a hater now because I'm 19, and it's kind of worn off on me, the magic. But the nostalgia is there, and that's why I will continue to play it once in a blue moon. But like I said, if you handed this to me now and I'd never played it before, I'd think, get that shit away from me, this is horrendous. But overall, it's not a bad game to play when you're 5, you know? Up next is Club Penguin. The DS game. I never got to play actual Club Penguin when I was growing up for some reason, so I had the DS game. Amazing, absolutely fantastic, no flaws. This game is called Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force, and the whole plot of the game is that you join a force of elite penguins, like penguin super agents. It is amazing. I love this game so much. There's the main story mode, like in most games. There is a multiplayer mode, but I didn't have any friends or anyone who even knew what this game was, so obviously I never played that. And there are mini games, but I'll talk about them later. I want to get into the good shit first. Obviously, the main plot of this game is that you are a secret agent penguin, and you get initiated into the elite penguin force and complete missions for other penguins. It's absolutely crazy. It is a lot of back and forth speaking to different penguins who know absolutely fuck all, and you've just got to sort of figure it out on your own. But there are just some missions that are just too good not to talk about. Now, I said I love this game, I promise I do, but there are 2 specific missions that stand out. There are about 14 or 15 missions in this game, but 2 of them really, really stand out to me, so obviously I've got to talk about them. The first mission I love actually has nothing to do with the whole secret agent penguin thing. It's like a side mission. You've basically got to deliver pizzas, which sounds boring, I know, but hear me out. It is just phenomenal. You go to the pizza parlor, he goes, oh, this pizza's for this person, you've got to go on the hunt and find them, or you've got to, like, find out who it's from. Like, you'll go to one penguin and they go, oh, this pizza isn't for me, maybe it's for this person, and then they'll send you to a different penguin, and you just got to figure it out, and it is absolutely amazing. I don't know why I love that so much, but I honestly do. I will come back to this game just for that mission, because it's just so fun. I just love giving penguins pizzas, man. Maybe I should work for Domino's, who knows? And the second mission I absolutely love is the elite puffle training. I know, it sounds amazing. Just wait till you hear what you've got to do. So, at the start of the game, you meet a blue puffle that shoots snowballs, and you get a puffle whistle given to you by the secret agent penguin leader D. I don't really know what her role is, but she gives you this whistle, and it controls all the puffles, and you unlock them one by one, and they've all got different powers, and it is amazing. The first one you unlock, like I said, is the light blue one that shoots snowballs, and then the next one you get, I think, is the red one, which turns into a cannon. They all have names as well, but I don't really remember them. The black is a welder, pink is like a cowboy with like a lasso and you can tie shit up. Purple blows bubbles to lift heavy things, it's got like some disco glasses. The green one has this like propeller hat to reach things in high places. Again, don't really see the relevance of that one, but it's fine. And the yellow one can shatter ice with a flute. Guys, I did not make these powers for these puffles. Do not question me for it. I didn't do this. And the best mission is the elite puffle training, because basically you're locked in the puffle training room with like a bunch of different puzzles where every puffle is used in some way or another to unlock it. It is amazing. Like figuring out which puffle does what and what's going to be best for the job. Oh my god, it's so satisfying. I love it so much. Okay, now we'll cover the mini games. Now I've spoken about my favourite part of the game, we can talk about the mini games now. I don't know how many of these were in the actual main Club Penguin website game, because I never played it, but I'm pretty sure a couple of them were, and I think a couple of them were just DS game exclusives, but it's fine. The first mini game you have to play is the snowboarding mini game. I think this is a mission to like win a trophy or something, and basically you just go down these ski slopes and make different shapes with your stylus to do different tricks and get points. Pretty simple, pretty effective, pretty fun. The minecart game I know for a fact is on the website, and that one is like everyone's favourite, and it is still just as good on here. It is fantastic. I love the minecart game so much. I could play it for actual hours. There's a dancing minigame with a disco penguin, which is great, first of all. The fact there's a disco penguin, amazing. You basically just copy his moves with the stylus on screen. It gives you little shapes to follow. You just got to do that. It's pretty simple, pretty fun. The only minigame I don't think I like is the snowmobile minigame. I don't really get why this is here. You just sort of go on this snow machine and like go through snow and pick up coins. It doesn't really even make sense to me. I never really care for it. When this bit comes up in the main game, I'm just like, oh fuck, let's move on, guys. Let's do this quickly. Let's get it over with. And the fishing minigame, again, don't know if this is in the website version, but it is on the DS and it is fantastic. You basically just fish. You got to avoid sharks, fish up fish, and also squid. But it's fun. I like it. Overall, I like this game a lot more than Toy Story 3, I'm going to be honest with you. This game is really fun. It feels a lot more timeless to me because the animation and like the art style isn't horrendous. It hasn't aged poorly. It's just Club Penguin. That can't really age poorly. I do really, really like this game, and I don't think I'll ever play it often, but when I do, it's always fun. It's always a great time. Now, this next game, I am confident that every single person watching this video will have played at some point, and if you haven't, you have been living under a rock, because it's New Super Mario Bros. DS. This is the first game I ever remember playing, and it is by far one of my favourite games of all time. I have a lot to say about this one, so you're going to want to strap in, get a snack, get a drink. We're going to be here for a while talking about this game. There are 3 mini games. There is the main story mode, mini games, and Mario vs. Luigi, and you best believe I have played all of these a ridiculous amount, so we are going to cover them in extreme detail. Now, Mario vs. Luigi gave me issues as a child because I am a younger sibling, which means I never ever got to play as Mario or win. That was just the rules. You couldn't win if you were the younger sibling. Even if you were better, you had to lose, otherwise you'd get a DS lobbed at your head. There are 5 stages: grass, underground, ice, pipe, and castle. A weird selection, I know, but it's fine. So you and your counterpart, whether that's Mario or Luigi, spawn, and basically you've got a race to get to 5 stars, I think. It's like a looping map. It's not like one continuous thing, it loops, so you can only go so far. Stars spawn, you've got to get them, but you can ground pound each other to hit them out of the other person. It's fantastic. It causes so many arguments, and if you fall down a pit, your stars go and fly in. It is great. If you want to ruin friendships, family ties, or relationships, this is the game mode for you. This will destroy families. This will destroy whole countries. This game mode is not for the weak. People think Monopoly ends friendships. You have clearly not played Mario vs. Luigi then. The mini games. Literally perfect. You can do 1 player or 4 player versus mode, and like, let's be real, I was 4, I didn't even have 1 friend, let alone 3 more. I was never playing the 4 player mode, but the single player mini games are where it was at anyway. There were 4 options: puzzle, action, variety, and table. Fantastic. There are so many that I loved, so we're just going to cover a few that really stuck out to me, otherwise we would be here forever. My first personal favourite is Wanted, and this one I love. This game mode, basically, you get a Wanted poster. It will have either like Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, someone like that on a Wanted poster. And you'll have a little torch and you've got to look around these floating faces to find them. And it's so fun because you're on a time crunch, you get points. I love this minigame. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. It's just so fun. Now, there's a game called Picture Poker. I don't get poker. I definitely didn't get it as a 4-year-old, but I loved it. I lost every time though because Luigi definitely cheats and I definitely didn't know what I was doing. But I really love it for some reason. I'll never understand the rules of poker. I'll never even try because I don't need to. I've got Picture Poker. That's the next best thing. I think I was quite a simple child because the next minigame I loved was called Paragon, where you literally just click pairs of matching cards, and I would just sit there for hours doing that. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I was very easily entertained. What I like about these minigames is that not many of them were really stressful. There were some stressful ones, but I never played them. I couldn't handle that. Because I would rage quit whatever level I died on 7 times and just go chill and play some poker with Luigi and it'd be great. Now on to the good shit. The main game. Like I said, I would genuinely be shocked if anyone watching this video has not played this game because it's too good to have not played. If you haven't played this game, find a way to do it. It is too good. Your life will be changed. This game is so nostalgic for me. I cannot explain the way it makes me feel. It is insane. Like, it just gives me chills. It reminds me of being 4 years old with my half-broken red DS Lite, trying to complete a level that I knew I was too stupid to complete and then complaining and giving it to my mum so she would do it for me. I love this game so much. I'm an avid fan of playing games without sound on. Like, I would always, even now, just turn off my game sound and put something on in the background, like music or like a TV show, something else, because my brain needs like constant stimulation. But the music in this game, I've got to play it with sound on. It's too good. The sounds are too iconic for me. I love it so much. Oh my god! I'm so excited! There are 8 worlds in this game, but you can play it with 6 because worlds 4 and 7 aren't necessary. They're like bonus worlds to me because you need a cannon to get to them. No one really plays them, but I did every time because the cannons, I just love getting them. They are my absolute favourite. They're the best bit about the game. Well, they were as a child anyway, not anymore. I've grown. Don't worry, guys. I've grown to love the game for what it is, not just the cannons. And also, let's be real, if you've played this game, you know World 7 is where it's at. That world is absolute perfection. I think that's one of the best worlds in any Mario game ever. World 7 is too good. There is so much cool shit in this game. You have no idea. The power-ups, the bosses, the level design. We have got so much to cover. Let's go! Okay, we're going to start with the power-ups. Now, obviously it's a Mario game. You've got your classics. You've got the red power-up shroom. You've got the fire flower. You know, the classics. But what really makes this game are the 2 best power-ups to ever grace a Mario game. And that is the Mega Mushroom and the Mini Mushroom. Obviously, they do exactly what they say. The Mega Mushroom makes you huge. The Mini Mushroom makes you tiny. It's fantastic, but what makes them so special is how rare they are. In the first level, you get to see the Mega Mushroom, and you don't see it again for like a solid few worlds. I think you see it in the first level and the second level, and then you don't see it again for ages. Same with the Mini Mushroom. The rarity makes them so special. When I was a child, and I would go to one of these mushroom power-up houses, and I would get a Mini Mushroom, I would lose my shit. That would be the best day of my life, the day I got a Mini Mushroom. I loved it. The bosses. These bosses are the most creative bosses to ever exist in a Mario game, and no one can change my mind. You've got iconic characters such as Mole and Tank, Big Fish, Big Spiky Tower, Dry Bowser, which, by the way, Dry Bowser, iconic, not used nearly enough, by the way. You know, some of these bosses are just so good. And that's not, like, I've named 4, but every single one of them is amazing. Okay, so I've just googled it. That Big Spiky Tower is actually called Mummy Pokey. Crazy, what a fucking name. Mega Goomba, how did I forget Mega Goomba? Mega Goomba is iconic, I love him. Mega Goomba for president. What I really love though is that you have to defeat the World 2 and World 5 bosses as Mini Mario to unlock World 7 and 4. Like, that is amazing. I don't know how to explain it, but like, when you run off after you beat the boss, obviously you run straight on and it goes to the next world. When you beat him as Mini Mario, there's a little mini path for you to go underneath, and then it flips the thing. And, oh, it's so good. When I saw that as a kid, I'd lose my shit. I loved it. The levels. Now, the levels in this game are fantastic. There are too many to cover all of them, so I'm just going to cover a couple that I absolutely love with really cool mechanics. Starting with 1-1, obviously, it is the first level, you can't go wrong. Like, yes, it's the same as every other first level in most Mario games ever. Grass. You just run, kind of simple. But like I said, you get to use a Mega Mushroom, and the music, it's just too good. I think I could play that level with my eyes closed. I've played it that much, like, genuinely. I am actually convinced I've played that level about 100 times. It's just too good. 2-3, it takes place in some sort of underground pipe system, and it is fucking sick because these like coin-looking grates you've got a ground pound on to get through. It is amazing. I don't know what about that level design is so special to me, but I really, really love it. The World 5 Ghost House is special because I hate ghost houses. I don't even like this level. The only reason I like it is because of the fucking punchy motherfuckers who just smack everything in their way when you look at them funny. It is hilarious, like, kind of real. Why is that me? I don't remember if they appear in any of the levels. I played this game a couple days ago, but I have forgotten. But they are, like, one of my favourite Mario enemies ever. They're just so funny. They're just sort of like, what are you beefing, bruv? There's nothing there. Now, as you know, every world has some sort of, like, theme. Like, World 1's pretty much always grass. World 2, desert, you know, beach, water, rocky, whatever. World 6 is really weird. I didn't like any levels from World 6 that much. They're not really special to me, but I need to talk about it because this world is so strange. It does not stick to a theme at all. Like, there are beach levels. There are rocky levels, which makes sense. World 6 is a rock-themed world. It's got desert levels. It's so strange. I don't know why there's one world that decided to go absolutely fucking crazy mode on it, but they did, and it kind of confuses me every time. Now, 7-2 has one of the most unique mechanics in the game, and I absolutely love it. So you jump out of a pipe, and you go onto this yellow platform with arrows of left, right, and up, and it tilts whatever way you stand on it, which makes sense, right? But if you were to stand on the left for the whole level, you wouldn't just hit the left of the screen and go up. It loops round, so you come back through the other side, so you're always being aware of what's coming from where, because if you stand too far to the left and there's an enemy on the very right of the screen, you're going to come through and hit that. It's so weird, it confuses me so much, and honestly, one of the hardest levels in the game, because I don't really have much spatial awareness, so it's really hard for me, but I love it. And 7-3 is also really fun because it's an auto-scroller, which I hate, but the whole time you're on Wiggler's back, that is sick. They ate on World 7. I'm going to be so real. World 7 is fucking amazing. 7A is a bonus level. I don't know if you have to, like, use star coins to buy it. I don't know if I mentioned the star coins. You collect star coins, 3 in each level. Classic, whatever, not important. I don't know if you've got to use star coins to unlock this level or a secret exit, but it is great. So, it's based entirely around pipes. And if you've played a Mario game, you know how pipes work. Pipes will take you in and pop you out in a completely different section that probably has to load in to, like, a different room or something. But these pipes just drag you along to a different section of the screen. There's no loading time, it just shoots you along. It's so fun because I never see that mechanic anywhere, really. And finally is the World 8 castle, but not the first castle, the second secret castle, when you beat the first castle. This one's really fun because it's a long level. It's quite hard and it's got loads of really fun mechanics in it. I just fucking love it. I do not have a bad word to say about this game, honestly. It is fucking phenomenal. This is one of the best games I've ever played, and it will remain one of my favourites to the day that I die, bro. To the day that I die. So yeah, those are some games from my childhood that I played and loved. Some really weird, niche ones, some really popular ones that are just really nostalgic for me. And yeah, if you liked it, feel free to say you liked it. I appreciate the comments. Let me know if you want another part. Feel free to like and subscribe. You know, the usual. And, you know, feel free to let me know any weird games you played as a child. Maybe we'll have one in common. You know, maybe we'll find a meeting point somewhere. Maybe you also played Club Penguin Elite Penguin Force. You could be the first person I've ever met who's played that. Wouldn't that be something? But yeah, I really did enjoy making this video, so if you want a part 2, let me know. Even if you don't let me know, I'm going to make a part 2. This was way too fun to film. And yeah, bye.